So this is a Buccaneer Galera. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, at the moment you'll see we'll put a temporary gas bottle in there just to demonstrate everything is working. You've got a gas changeover valve in the front locker. So you've got 2 gas pipes you can have connected at any point. So you can have 2 gas bottles connected. This valve here, or this point here, needs to go towards the gas bottle that you want to use the gas supply from. You still need to turn the gas bottle on top of the bottle itself, or the open and close valve on top. Obviously the open position is gas on and the closed position is gas off. Like I said, depending on which gas bottle you want to run from, you need to have that arrow pointing to the correct side. You have 2 gas bottle tie downs in the front locker, and it's a maximum of 2 6-kilogram propane gas bottles at any point on board the Caravan. The hitch up procedure we'll go through in person here on site, and we'll demonstrate how this works while you're here. At the side of the Caravan you have your water pump connection. Water pump connection pushes into the side of the van just here. So connect it on the side of the van, push down the cap here to lock it in place. You've then got your shower connection also here, which is for the external shower should you wish to run an external shower out to the outside of the Caravan. You've then got your battery box with your battery connections on top. Like I said, the battery is just there to demonstrate everything is working. And then you've got your mains power lead also coming in the side of the Caravan to connect to the mains power on site. So the pump will drop inside the aqua, as we said. I'll show you how to fill the water system once we go inside the van. We've then got the heating and hot water flue on the outside of the van also. And again, that is essentially there to allow the heating system to breathe. The wheels and motor mover will actually torque the wheel nuts before the Caravan leaves site, and we'll also demonstrate the motor mover so you can see how that works in person. Side of the van, you've got your toilet flush, your toilet tank. You lift up the orange handle and pull the cassette towards you. The neck here turns out so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap here is a measure for your blue fluid. So you put 1 litre of water in this cassette and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. And on the back of the toilet you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. On the back of the Caravan you've got your bike rack, and that is simply there so you can mount the bikes on. And then you've got the 4 legs on each corner of the van. Again, we'll demonstrate this to you while you're here on site. The back of the van just here, you've got a storage locker for underneath the the bunks at the rear of the Caravan. You've got your 2 fridge vents. The 2 fridge vents are very simply there to allow hot air at the back of the fridge unit and to take some cool air in. Down the front of the van you have your underbed locker for the front storage area. You'll open this up and you'll also find there's a 3-pin socket in there so you can have power out to your awning. And at the front of the Caravan on the left hand side you also have your barbecue connection at the outside of the van. You'll need a brass connection that pushes in and locks into place. You turn this valve 90 degrees to turn the gas supply on to the outside of the Caravan. So now we're on the inside of the Caravan, as you can see. On the inside of the door as you come in, you've got your Audi control panel. You always need to turn this off completely before you turn the power off to the Caravan. So you turn that off. You've got your main power button just here for all the power inside the Caravan. So you turn this power switch on here. You've got your internal external lighting and the switches as you go through here. You've got your water pump switches, which I'll come back to in a moment. And on the screen here, when hopefully you'll be able to see that in a second if I turn on the brightness on it. Can't remember how you do it on these particular control panels, but you can actually on this screen you'll actually see the current battery voltage, and you'll also see just here the onboard water level tank, the onboard water storage tank level. Like I said, it's a bit hard to see in the video because it's such a bright screen. There we go, you can see it probably now. So 13.4 volts on the battery on board the van, and the onboard water tank is 100% full. Underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the Caravan you'll see you've got your mains trip switches. So if you're on site and you're not sure if you've got power coming to the Caravan, I advise you hit the test switch just here. If that test switch drops down, or this switch drops down here, it means you have mains power coming into the Caravan. So turn that back on. You've then got your breaker switches for your charger, fridge, heater, boiler and sockets, as you'd expect to see, the same as what you'd have in a household. And then you have your 12 volt fuses for the 12 volt systems on board the Caravan at the bottom here. Would advise you do carry some spare fuses. Places like Poundland, etc. do sell these. Also underneath this seating area on the front right hand side of the Caravan, you will notice you have a yellow drain down valve. It's a little bit hard to see again in this video. I'm actually just going to light that area up so you can see it a little bit better. Give me 2 seconds. So in that area just there, you'll see a yellow drain down valve. Now to fill the water system up, and this is direct to the taps from the water intake on the outside of the van, you'll need to have that yellow valve shut, which is in the parallel with the floor position as it is at the moment. And to drain the water system down, you have this valve upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat. And that would drain all of the water system down if that was in the upright position. Now if you want to fill this system, what you need to do is come over to all of the hot taps on board the Caravan. I've actually filled the system up already, so I'm not going to open all the taps up. But you'd open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. You'd then come to the control panel just by the door here, and you'd put this switch on the left hand side, and then you put the switch to external. That will allow the water pump or the water system to fill from the aqua on the outside of the Caravan. So if you want to then fill the onboard water storage tank, which is underneath this seat directly in front of the door, you would need to, oh sorry, no, the one to the right hand side, sorry. Underneath here you'll see there's a white tank, and down the back side of this tank there is a blue valve that has open and close on it. To fill the water system up, you actually need to have that valve in the the closed position, sorry, so that allows that onboard water tank to fill. But to fill that tank, you would actually need to go to internal on the switch here, and that will allow the water system to fill from the outside water tank to the onboard water tank. As you can see here, it is already full, and that is full 100%. Once the water system is completely full and you want to, whether that be from the onboard water storage tank, which is underneath the seat there, or just run via the hot water tank at the front here, you would need to put this switch back in the central position, which allows the taps to run from the 12-volt system on board the Caravan. So when you want the taps to run, you have the switch here in the central position. This is just literally for filling the water systems on board the Caravan. Once you have all the water system full and you've got water coming out of every tap, as we have here, you'll shut all of the taps back to the off position. At this point, you'll be able to start warming the water from the Aldi control panel. So like I said, when you turn all the power off on board the Caravan, you'd have this switch off to start with, and you turn it on to get this control panel to come on. The symbols on this screen, top left hand corner, indicates the heating pump is running and it's pumping the heating fluid around the van. You've got your 240 plug here, which indicates you've got mains power coming to the Caravan, and below that you have the current room temperature. If you hit the menu button, it will take you into the options for the heating and hot water. So you've got minus and plus here for your heating system. So the lower you go, obviously the colder the heating will be. If it's at 5 on here, then it means the heating is turned off. Below that you have your options for your hot water. So you've got hot water on when this bar's halfway up, and when this bar's completely full, it is hot water boost. Below that you have the amount of power coming into the Caravan. So if you previously used a Truma heating system, for instance, or Aldi heating system, then you'll know it depends on how much power you have coming into the Caravan from the Caravan site you're on to what you can set this to. You have the option of 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts, depending on the amount of power that is coming into the Caravan from the Caravan site you're on. If you want to run the heating and hot water on gas, you have the option here by clicking the gas option on the bottom left hand side. This icon will go green when the heating system is running on gas. If it fails to ignite, it will come up with gas fail at the bottom of this screen. You have your option to run your aircon, so that will turn the aircon light, turn the aircon light on around the control there, as you can see, on and off. You then have your control for your accessories. So you can turn the accessory on, which in this case is the Truma air conditioning unit above our heads. In the Caravan there is also a control for this to operate it manually. Bottom right hand side of the screen here, where you see this cog symbol, is actually the advanced settings for this control panel. For these we do advise you read the manual that comes with the Caravan. hob, cooker and grill all work very much the same as your household appliances. Igniter on the front here, as you expect to see, and then you have a light for in the oven at the bottom as well. Microwave is an eco microwave, so it actually turns itself off when it no longer needs power going to it. So to wake it back up, you hit the eco button just here, and the microwave will wake back up, and then it works like a conventional microwave. We do advise when you're traveling, you remove the microwave plate from inside of the microwave. The fridge itself is very simple to use. So you've got power off on the top left hand side here, power on. This is your mains option. So if you're connected to mains power, you'd use the plug symbol here. And then you control the temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side. To run the fridge on gas, you can select the gas option. It will self-ignite on gas. If it fails to ignite, it will flash the blue flame symbol here, and it'll also flash the red warning triangle on the right hand side. It could just mean the gas is turned off, the gas bottle is empty, or there is air in the system. If it does fail to ignite on the first attempt, we would advise you go to the hob and get the gas through to the hob first, because the cooker is generally the last point on the gas system. If you're towing down the road and you want to use the fridge as a cool box, you can have all of the main control panels turned off just there inside the door, and you can connect to the car and hit the 12 volt battery button. Now, a lot of people think it is a 12 volt supply on board the Caravan that runs this. It is not. It is the 12 volt supply from the car, and essentially it turns the fridge into a cool box. As you can see there from the way it was flashing, we currently have no connection at the front of the Caravan to a car. Next up is the toilet system. Now, the toilet system is very easy to use. You have an electric flush on the wall here that allows the toilet system to flush. You have a toilet full indicator light here that lets you know when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. When you remove the toilet waste cassette from underneath the Caravan, you need to make sure the toilet waste cassette is straight on. So as it is at the moment, if it is turned, the toilet will actually lock the toilet waste cassette in place. The same as if the grey waste handle here below the seat is open, it will not allow you to remove that cassette. We do advise again that you have that grey flap open when you're using the loo, as the waste will just sit on top of the plate inside the toilet if it is not open prior to using the loo. I'm just going to quickly walk you through the control panel inside the doorway of the self-leveling system. Like I said, we will demonstrate this fully in person, but just so you've got a recap on the video. I can't actually do it at the moment as we've got somebody outside washing the roof of the van. Turn the control panel on. You've got the power button just here on the top right hand side. To self raise the legs, you'd hit this bottom button here with the arrow pointing up. To level the legs when you're on site, you'd press this down button, and that is auto level. And you'll see here on the green light that it means the Caravan is completely level and central. You can turn off again once the legs are up or legs are down, and that would isolate the power going to the control panel for the self-leveling. So that is the Buccaneer Galera. If you have any further questions on the Caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to seeing you here when you collect your Caravan in the next few days. Thank you for now. Bye-bye.